opposite of a promising young woman is like an older dad.
An unpromising old man.
kind of like, yeah, kind of what it is. Yeah. But that's a kind of a hard movie to watch, but it's enjoyable. Yeah.
I've talked about, talking about like unpromising older man. I've said for a long time my least favorite genre of movie is just guy does a thing.
Right.
And when asked to describe that, I'm like, it's the John Wicks and the Jason Bournes and the Mission Impossibles. Just the guy does a thing genre does not capture my attention whatsoever.
Mm. Yeah, I didn't get into the John Wicks or the Jason Bournes. I didn't like any of those. There's a few James Bonds that I liked. Those are guys doing things.
Some of those are pretty good. Other ones
I
are
think I
like,
liked GoldenEye or something. Yeah. And then I
now
like it. I
Austin
liked when it's a
Powers.
bunch of guys. When like Ocean's 11 was good, I think. When it was a bunch of
Okay.
guys doing one thing.
A bunch of guys doing one thing, sure. One guy doing a bunch of things, no.
Not as good. Yeah, not as good. I'm with you on that. Yeah, I
Oh
stand by that.
yay! We're up on YouTube on the Deconstruction Junction channel.
Hey, I was going to ask you about that. I heard you mention that, so I wasn't sure if you just said the answer though. It's not on your YouTube.
Yes, correct. It
Okay.
is on Deconstruction Junctions as of now.
Yeah, they did that with mine for a while. It was really great. It was really helpful and helped kind of like grow me out a bit until I was ready to do my own YouTubes, which is it's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I think I was close to 600 subs last time I checked, and I have a little under 2K watch hours. So we're getting there.
You have to have like a certain amount in order to do it at all,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah, I had I don't know how I got away with it. But yeah, it's good to do and so put some videos and get your watch hours up cuz it like really I think improved my show once I did it, but it is like people were asking me for a while to do it and I'm like I'm never going to do this cuz it's really more work. It's harder
Yeah.
to set up. It's harder
Yeah.
to maintain.
Well,
You got to watch it.
speaking of subs, another one of my favorite movies is Bottoms.
I don't know Bottoms either. Do you know
Oh,
any
Iowa
movies that I've
Debris, Rachel
heard of or
Sennett.
something? Like maybe you could say something like I'm older.
Bridge over River Kwai.
Now we're talking. Is that from like is that a like World War II? That is such a dad
Very
movie.
old, yeah.
It is like yeah. Like some
Any
old
Buster
war movie.
Keaton?
I'll get down. I do like the Marx Brothers a lot. That's a true thing about me. Is Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin are like whatever. I don't. I get that at the time that was cool, but I like will genuinely just sit and watch a Marx Brothers like now and just enjoy it
Really?
unironically. I think it's so funny. I think Groucho Marx is what like the funniest person who's ever lived. I love everything.
I
They
was
do.
gonna ask which one was your favorite, so that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, it's Groucho for sure. They're all funny except Zeppo is a waste of time. But sometimes he plays like the straight man to their goofiness. And man, Animal Crackers. If you haven't seen it, really recommend just watching. Have you ever seen any of them? Like watched an old movie?
Have I ever watched an old movie? Yes.
Well, of Marx Brothers.
Of the Marx Brothers, no.
You should watch Animal Crackers. It's really good. There's going to be a few things that are sexist and racist. It's from 1920. So you have to be willing to get through this.
So finally, something watchable.
It's not as bad as I thought it. Like there's like when something's coming up and you're like, oh, you can tell where this is going. They're mentioning Africa, and it's like not great, but it isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be for how old it was. But yeah, you have to be able to get past those, and then man, they're really funny.
George. Hey there. Welcome in. Can I get your age and pronouns?
Yeah, age 23, 23, sorry, and pronouns he him.
All right. What's your religion or lack thereof?
I am a Puritan, and I believe in holiness.
Have we talked before?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, George.
Do you mean
well,
Puritan? Like you
I
don't?
I talked to a
like
different George just last night. I've talked to many Georges. But yeah, the believe in holiness thing. Are you the one who
Oh,
refuses
well,
to say that you are that you believe in Christianity because you don't agree with the ITY being added to Christian? Is that you? Yeah, that
I
stupid thing.
reject
That's yeah,
the ity to
yeah,
the word Christian.
yeah. It's just a
Well, when you say
suffix. So
stupid, it's
it's
like I go by facts, you know.
yeah, it's just you're denying a
Yeah,
suffix.
but that Jesus never used. You know. Okay, if you can show me that Jesus used it, then I'll even
Well,
consider your
when
suffix.
does
Until
Jesus say
then,
Jesus
Christian at
you know,
all?
Jesus never said Puritan
exactly my
either.
point.
Yeah, Jesus didn't say
Exactly my
Puritan
point.
either.
You shouldn't be a Puritan. He
Exactly
never
my point.
said
So
that.
Jesus was,
So
in
you're
my
not a
point of view,
Puritan
Jesus
then.
was Jewish. But I am a Puritan. What are you talking
But
about?
Jesus didn't ever say Puritan. So how are you a Puritan if Jesus didn't say it?
Yeah, because I want to purely follow Jesus.
Okay.
So you really just you can just make up whatever you want then. You can just come up with
It's not really
whatever
making up
because you're
anything.
you're
You know,
describing
this is
Christianity, but you're just like rephrasing it because you're afraid of the itty.
well, if you believe in Christianity, you have to believe in the Trinity. That's just how it goes.
You mean the Trin?
No, Trinity, Trinity.
Yeah, we don't really like that here. We just prefer to call it the Trin.
Yeah, Jesus never mentioned the Trinity. He only
Yeah, I
talks
know.
about it as the
That's my
Trin.
whole point. So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
that's why I
prefer
don't believe in
we call
Christianity.
it by its God-given name, the Trin.
I don't know what that is, but
George,
yeah,
don't
I
be
believe in
transphobic right
holiness.
now. This is like a normal thing that Jesus talks about, and he doesn't mention the word Trinity, so we just don't use that up here. That's all we're saying. Okay, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm still lost, but yeah. So I believe in
I
holiness.
grant that.
Have you ever like considered that
Nope.
religion or even heard of
No.
it?
I just don't consider in general. I'm a very inconsiderate person.
Okay, perfect. So would you say that living in society, being morally righteous and staying away from, obviously what is against the law, would you say that you would consider that, person, a good asset to, your community?
Not
I'm
always.
I'm confused about
Why is
the
that?
pivot. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt. This is your show, by the way. Go. So like, let me know if I'm out of line here. But like,
Oh
I
fuck.
thought he was. Are you going to explain what holiness means?
Yeah, amen. Just to abstain yourself from all unrighteous deeds, which in
What?
our point of view would be, anything against, the commandments of God,
I'm.
within our scriptures.
I thought it was
Um,
about like because he has holes in his hands and feet. That's not what it's about.
well, that's, it's funny you mentioned that, right? Because obviously he has risen, in our point of view.
He is erect
Why
indeed.
did he have holes in his feet and his hands, sir? Like, would you say that he did something, that was terrible to deserve, such brutal, punishment?
Yeah,
Well,
he
I mean,
wore
I
white after
do.
Labor
Yeah.
Day.
There's that. Also, he, just like this was the morals of the time, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but he did claim to be God, and that was a punishment worthy of, or a crime worthy of death. So
Okay, so yeah, perfect. So when someone claims to be God, but then within their own scripture, says ye are gods, what, like, why did he, have that hole in his hand and his feet? May you
they put
answer
him
me
on.
that question?
They put a nail through his hands on the cross. Some people say it actually would have gone through the
Yeah,
wrist
but why?
because the
He knows
hand
that
wouldn't.
wrists are on Mezzo's list of 20.
It's yeah. Thank you. It's just that if you don't nail it, they can get down.
Yeah,
They
but
can like
why? But
they
what did
can
he
get
do?
off of the cross.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what did he do?
pretty easy.
So they nail through. That's what they do. They nail through to
No,
it
but what
holds
did
you
he
up
do?
there.
Because it seems to me like
He
you want
died.
to make it seem as if it was a joke, but it seems to me that a righteous man
What?
was,
This isn't a joke.
basically
Sorry, George. I'm genuine. Like
persecuted.
I'm tracking what you're saying. They put a nail through his hand. It left a hole. That's why there's a hole there.
And then what he did was
Yeah, but
died
you try to
by
compare that to
crucifixion.
holiness, sir, and I explained what holiness is.
George, he died by crucifixion. Can I ask a follow-up question real
Yeah, but I
quick?
explained to you what holiness is.
Yeah, so based on that description, George, if a Puritan priest had a daughter and she profaned herself through
We don't
prostitution,
believe in
do you believe
priests.
she should be burned
I
alive?
apologize, sir. I
Hmm?
apologize, sir. We only have one high priest, and that's Jesus Christ.
Okay, well then you're not following the law, right?
What do you mean? I am
Because you said
following the law.
holiness
Jesus
was
Christ
being
is the law.
righteous and following God's law, correct?
Who is God in your point of view, sir?
I'm asking. I guess you would have to tell me that. Is it the God of the Bible?
Yeah, exactly. In my point of view, I say Jesus. So what did I say that was wrong? There's no high priest other than Jesus. There's no
Okay, so there's
lawmaker
no
other than
Yahweh
A
Jesus.
doesn't.
low.
Okay, so
Jesus
This
is
is
you're
a
a
just
low
Puritan. You
priest.
don't believe in
A
Yahweh.
lower priest.
This is a bottom
No, I believe that
priest.
Jesus is the high priest. High priest.
So Yahweh is a made up fiction.
What are you talking about? Yahweh, in my point of view, is Jesus. He's the Father
Okay, so Yahweh's law is Jesus' law.
because he's the Father. Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I'm
perfect.
saying.
Great. That's wonderful. So
Jesus
the
mentioned
God of
priest.
the Old Testament, Jesus Christ, said that you should have priests, right? That he
Sure,
prescribed
what is
a
the New
priesthood,
Testament?
the Levitical priesthood.
What is the New Testament?
It's an update. It's like the sequel of the old one.
Okay,
It's just
so
like a
is it towards
continuation.
Gentiles? Would you consider that New Testament towards Gentiles, meaning people outside of Jewish,
I think it's
normal tradition?
it's towards like a gullible people. That's what it's
Yeah.
When you
aimed
say
at.
perfect, when you say gullible, right? Would you say that holiness is something gullible, or something
I think that
pretty?
if I were going to go
Doesn't make
based on
sense.
what the high priest Jesus Christ said, it would be for the lost sheep of Israel. So that would be Jewish people.
Yeah, perfect. When you say the lost
Hold on, Joel just dodged
people
your
of Israel,
question. Joel,
right?
you didn't answer. George, I'm gonna help you out here. Joel, is holiness gullible? Answer the question.
No, but it is
Okay.
gullible to think that holiness means something. It isn't just a made up word from a
But it
cult.
absolutely means a lot. That's why
I was just
the
trying to help you
United
out,
States of
George.
America, right?
No, plethora means
If
a
we
lot.
if we see the United States of America, right?
Mhm.
Look, if we
It's a
see
classic.
the United States of America, right? The way that we are founded and we are basically the powerhouse, it's because of God, right? And
Yeah,
because we follow
George, I don't
holiness.
want to distract from this meaningful conversation we were having. You said that holiness is being righteous and following the law. I'm trying to figure out what the law is. Obviously, you're trying to dodge the
Yeah.
law that God, as aka Jesus, handed down in the Old Testament, right? You're avoiding that law
No,
as
I'm
a
not
Puritan?
avoiding the natural law. No, no,
No,
I'm
no,
just
God's
setting this,
unnatural law that he
history.
gave in the Old
Supernatural
Testament.
law.
No, I'm just setting history in its right course. So, obviously,
So
the
what
law
is the
that was
law? Why
given
don't
to
we
the
just jump to the
Jews.
chase? George,
Mhm.
what is the law
Yeah, the
Puritans
Ten
follow?
Commandments. The Ten
Just the
Commandments.
10?
Yes, because we're obviously Gentiles.
Okay, so where how do we know that the 10 are the only ones the Puritans follow that make us righteous or
Because
whatever?
you're speaking. Yeah, because you're speaking to one.
Because you made it up.
Where is grape forbidden in the Ten Commandments?
That's number 11. 11 is have slaves.
Yeah,
12
perfect.
is sexual grapes.
Yeah, Jesus says. Yeah, Jesus says. To love thy neighbor as yourself. So, in my question
said there
is,
was just the Ten
if you grade someone,
Commandments.
do you think that person would love him?
But you said that the Puritans just follow the only
Well, that's
law that they follow
the
is the
two
Ten
greatest
Commandments.
commandments. Yeah, but Jesus. Yeah,
But that's not
Jesus once
actually
again
in the
broke
Ten
it down into
Commandments. That's
two.
him.
That
Yeah, that's him.
love
Okay, so
your
you
neighbor.
follow the two commandments. You don't follow the 10 Commandments.
The 10 and 2
What
is
do you
12.
I follow. To follow the Ten Commandments is to love God first, right? So
Oh, you
love
do
God,
not
right,
want
is number
to
one.
you don't want to because you know where the first commandment exists in the Bible. It's in Deuteronomy chapter 6, and it's God saying to follow all the laws, and that's how you love him. So if you really want to follow that first main commandment, it's to follow
Okay, can you
all
show
the
me where he
laws.
says?
He just said.
Okay, perfect. Can you show me where he ever advocated for grape in a free society?
Yeah. He
Numbers
advocated
31.
it in which one are they?
Numbers 31.
By the way, I do go by the King James. You guys do realize
Yeah,
that,
Numbers
right? I go by the
31
King
would
James.
be good. I think the
Yeah, just
Deuteronomy
You guys do
captive,
realize that. Just
the
like we're such a
captive.
fun
Yeah,
room.
and he'll lie about the King James too and how reliable it is. He'll just straight up say,
why would I lie about the greatest book of all time?
well, I mean, I have you on video on my page lying about it, actually. So,
But for some weird reason, you've never posted it. That's weird.
well, when I say on my
I would
page is
think
a
that if I
video,
lie,
that means that
you
it's
post.
posted, friend.
I mean, it's all good. It's all good.
You know, when you said that Congress used scholars to declare the King James was their like official version of the Bible, neither of which
was
are
it
true
passed?
things. They didn't.
Okay, was it
No.
passed?
No.
Right. Because in schools in those times they didn't use the King James, right? Right.
That's not the same thing as establishing it as the accepted version. What was approved was for importation. Like, it was a trade agreement that was approved for the King James version, and they didn't use
Okay. Was it
scholars at
implemented into
all in that.
schools?
There were no scholars used at all in that decision. Your claim was not that they put it into
Do you
schools.
know
Your
about
claim was that
Harvard?
Hey, George, I'm so sorry. When my sentence is still going, yours doesn't start. So you claim that they used scholars to make this determination. Not true. You then tried to move the goalpost and say, well, it actually meant they used scholars when writing the King James as translators, but the King James wasn't even a proper translation. It was an update of the Bishop's Bible, right? So it wasn't technically even a translation. It was an adaptation of a pre-existing English translation. And I can point out to you multiple times where it's very, very clear that the King James gets it wrong, like saying that you can like mine brass from the hills, or when it says that they were worshiping an orchard because they didn't know the name of Ashura as a deity yet. But you will just lie about it. So what utility is there in having a conversation when you're just going to be a lying little bitch about things?
Well, I wouldn't say that I lied. I'll just reject all your premises that you even understand our book to begin with, because first and foremost, the storyline of our book doesn't matches your point of view, your imaginary point of view, with all due respect.
Can you
right?
mine brass?
Yeah, show me that verse.
I'll pull it up. But just to clarify, can you mine brass?
I don't know. Just show me that verse. I'm be honest.
You don't know?
I'm not a
It's so
scientist,
funny
I'll
to
be
say
honest.
I'm going to be honest when not answering a question and waiting to hear what
That
the
is me
argument is
being
before
honest.
you can commit to anything. That's hilarious to say you're being honest
I'll
when
read
you're
But I
being
am being honest. I'm
disingenuous.
not going to be a fool and just answer whatever.
Yeah, because
I'll
you know
read
you
it.
might
Let's
get
see.
caught by something.
No, or I want to answer
Well,
correctly.
it's a question of fact, right? Can you mine brass?
I'm not a
Yes or no?
scientist. I don't know. I'm not a
I
scientist.
don't
Can
know
you
is
show
a
me the
fair
verse?
answer.
You can't.
You cannot. It's an
A
alloy.
land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness, thou shalt not lack anything in it. A land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so you dig
Deuteronomy
out
8:9.
brass. So you dig out brass.
Yeah, you
I
cannot do
think that's
that.
possible. You can't dig out brass. That's what you're
No.
saying.
Brass
Right.
is an alloy. It is a combination of multiple metals. You would not find it on
And you
its
can't.
own.
Okay, so where do you find it?
You make it.
You make it. It's not naturally occurring. You cannot dig it out of the hills.
No one's ever been like mining and go, oh, look, a trombone.
Wait.
You know, like,
Okay. Wait. First and foremost, are you saying? Wait. What was the verse again? Hold on. Let me see. Let me see quick things.
Deuteronomy 8:9.
Did you guys read it in the KJV?
That's all I ever read because I think it's the funniest.
Right. I read it because I don't want to understand what I'm reading because it's too horrific. So I just read the KJV because it's impossible to understand.
Yeah,
Right,
blurs
but it's
out some of the
recommended by
horrors.
Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Once again, Harvard is basically founded upon this great book, but whatever.
Yeah, Harvard's not real. No one thinks that. Get real.
What, like it's hard?
Hard word?
So do you guys even trust your institutions? Like, do you guys have any trust in your institutions?
Well, my alma mater is not Harvard, so I don't really have to.
Yeah, we went to
Right.
atheist
what
college.
university? What university you went to? If you
Yeah,
don't mind me
Atheist
asking.
University of
University.
Orthodox Atheists, UOA.
Also, I don't think we should trust, quote unquote, trust our institutions. I think we should question the institutions. And some institutions have value and some don't. So I don't think we should just trust an institution, George.
But that aside, because it's very bold of you to attempt to continue to pivot.
No, I'm
But
still
the
in the verse. Hold on.
KJV, Deuteronomy 8:9 definitely says that you can dig brass out of the hills, which cannot be done.
Hold on. Okay, so all right, so it says right here, because you said hills, all right, so you said hills. This is what the King
That's
James
what-
says. It says,
Yep.
a land where thou shalt eat bread with scarceness, thou shalt not lack anything in it. A land whose stone are iron, comma, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass. Now, I reject your premise that
Period. You didn't say
um
period.
that you well, yeah, period, perfect, amen. I reject your
Amen.
premise that
Period.
the King James is insinuating that yeah, what you just claimed. I reject your
From
premise.
out of
What are you talking
and
about?
out of whose hills thou mayst dig brass. What does that mean?
No, it says comma. It says comma, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass.
What does that
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Mayest dig brass. Okay, dig brass. Hold on,
George,
one
I
second.
think what it means is you've got some red bars there, buddy. But I think what it means there, and I'm just hearing this for the third time, is that there are these hills and they
Okay, so
may
breaking.
dig
Yeah, so
brass out
breaking
of the
brass.
hills, which is not going to happen because it's very scarce in those hills.
They eat their bread with such scarceness.
No, it says whose hills thou makest dig brass.
Yeah, if you just
Okay,
look
so
at
I'm
thou
very
mayst
confused. It says
dig
breaking
brass, that's
brass.
already wrong.
How's that wrong? That's
Because
okay. Hold on.
brass cannot be
Okay,
dug out
can
of
you break brass?
hills.
Give me one quick second.
This is saying out of the hills you can dig brass. That's as close to like a transliteration.
It didn't
I can
say
give you
out
for
of the
that.
hill. It did not say out of the. No, it did not say
And out of
verbatim.
whose
Out of the hills
hills
you dig
thou
brass.
mayest dig brass. I am comparing that to you to the sentence, and out of those hills you may dig brass.
No, I hate your comparison. No, I hate your comparison. It says
Why?
right here, break. It says break.
Where?
Brig?
It says break. Dig meaning break. I'm
Dig?
going by the definition of Google right now.
Dig
Breaking,
meaning
moving,
brig?
or removing earth using a tool or hands. I'm going by the
You're-
definition of breaking.
You're arguing
That's
the
what
definition
you looked
of
up digging?
dig?
You Googled dig?
He wanted to get digged down.
Well,
Yeah,
dig brass.
if you're going to
I
be
mean,
digging down a brass, you got to look. By the way, in the other translation, it says copper. That's what the point of this is. That it's a like.
but yeah, that's the whole point
it's
of
the
this.
problem. The King James just didn't get it right.
No, it's not the problem. It's that you're trying to compare Titanic versus I don't know, Fast and Furious. It's not two same stories, sir. You know, like
Brass
in our
cannot be
storyline.
dug out of the earth. It is an alloy. It is a
I
combination of metals
Where
achieved
does it
by
say
smelting.
out of earth? Ma'am, I apologize.
And
Where does it say out of earth? Where do you
whose
see earth?
hills? Where are hills located?
Okay, where do you see earth?
Where are
Ma'am, there's
hills
stony hills.
located?
Ma'am,
Hills
there's
are
stony
made-
hills. It doesn't tell
hills
me
are-
that it's
yeah, right.
earth hills.
Stone,
Brass
yes.
does not naturally occur in any state, anywhere. Brass is not naturally occurring.
It is not made in hills. You have to make it like in
Not
in
dirt,
A,
Where- no,
not
but where does it
stone,
say
black, a
nowhere.
blacksmith has to make it.
Okay, so breaking. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going with the word breaking. So what do you think a locksmith is about to do?
Out of the hills you may dig brass.
So you're insinuating digging
You're
earth,
digging
but for
the
some
brass,
weird reason,
you're breaking
it
the
doesn't say
brass from the hills.
but where do you insinuate that within the King James, ma'am? With all respect.
We're using
It's
the
not
Brockenheimer
insinuation. It's literally reading the words on the fucking page.
Yeah, but I'm saying breaking brass. So why should I go by your interpretation and
verb-
not by the common
The
sense?
verb matters less than
But it
method.
actually doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Your
say breaking. It doesn't say
existence.
breaking anywhere.
But it says dig.
Yeah,
it says dig brass, and it doesn't say dig inside of earth. What are you talking about?
That's what digging is.
out
So
of the
George-
hills.
No, but you're insinuating this is out of earth. That's what you're
out
insinuating.
of the hills.
they're
What
hills.
other planet would they be fucking digging on, George?
Ma'am, there's stony hills. There's other
George,
There's
George,
no earth.
Stony
Where do you
hills
see
are
earth?
on Earth. Fuck you.
George,
Well,
can
no
you,
shit,
George,
Sherlock, but-
1 second.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
on. George, can you tell us what that clause of that verse means? So we've got the words there that says, you may dig brass out of hills, right? We that is what it says. So can you tell us what on earth that could possibly mean?
Okay, hold on. Give me one quick second, because, bro. Let me just get
Just
the
in like plain English so we can all understand what
interpretation
your
of King
position
James
is.
Scholar.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I want to hear his, but like, just to check with you two, it just means that you are like digging and you find brass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
I use the Slayton method. It's very similar to the Brockenheimer method, but it was developed 20, 30, 40 years after.
Yeah. Well, Brockenheimer method is used.
Wait, what's that method?
The Brockenheimer.
Okay, so this is what the King James is literally saying right here. Okay, so this is what I'm going by.
So
It says
literally,
stones or iron brass refers to the genealogical wealth of the land, providing material for tools, construction, and economic strength.
Yeah.
Where do you see or insinuate that they're getting this out of the earth?
Hold
Like,
on,
where do you
hold
see
on,
this?
hold on, George,
the tools of the land.
What I asked you was, what is it saying? Okay, so I need you to tell us what
Literally what
it's
I'm just
what
read
it's
for you.
directly saying. So
Materials for
you just
tools,
told me
construction,
that the
and economic
brass
strength.
that they're mentioning in this passage represents stuff to make tools with. Now you have to tell me what
And
they're
economic
saying in the
strength.
verse.
That literally God is about to bless them with economic strength. Literally. Like,
George,
I'm
you
very
may be the
confused.
dumbest motherfucker I've ever talked to, and I talked to a guy who thought squares have 12 sides.
Ma'am, you believe that we came from chimpanzees?
No, I
No,
do
we
not. I
don't.
believe we share a common ancestor with chimpanzees. And we can show
But
evidence for that,
yet
and the
they're
fact
still
that
caged up.
our chromosome is a fusion of their chromosomes. So they have 24
They're still
pairs of
caged up.
chromosomes. We have 23. We can also look and we can see where there are telemetric repeats in the middle of our chromosomes, which makes no sense because telomeres. Obviously, you don't fucking know what any of this means, but you may not know. Telomeres are always located on the ends of chromosomes. So when you find them in the middle of a
Will you
chromosome,
free them?
it's a good
Robot.
it's a good indication that there was a fusion event that took
Robot.
place. Yeah.
He had to look up the word dig.
Why are they locked up?
So just letting you know, you might
Well, without, yeah, obviously, because you guys met. Well, I obviously had to look it up because I go by the ruling of breaking, and obviously breaking to make economic wealth.
I don't
right?
understand why you keep
cannot
saying
break
breaking.
brass out of a hill either. You
Can't
cannot
break
No,
you
brass.
but
cannot
ma'am,
do
the
any
understanding
verb
of the
to
King
brass
James,
out
that's
of a
what it
hill.
says.
George,
Ma'am, I just
you're
I'm
missing
just
what
very
you're
confused.
missing
Can you
what
stop
we're
calling me
saying the
ma'am,
problem
George?
is.
We've
Yeah,
been
I'm
over this
very
many
confused on what
times.
you guys are saying
Yeah,
and the
George, I got you.
interpretation
I got
of the
you.
King James.
Here's what we're saying. Brass isn't in hills. That's not true.
Okay, now where does the King James insinuate that?
Out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass. It's coming out of the hills and it's brass. We're saying that's not true. The better translations
But the
use the
King
word
James is not
copper.
even saying that.
Yeah, it is. The other translations say mine copper. You can mine
Is this the right
copper.
one? No, this is not. The
Okay,
And
if I go by the King James
Is this the
website,
right one?
just to see like
Yeah.
what they mean, right? Would you consider it in our point of view? Because you're an atheist, obviously. I expected your ignorance, right? So it's like,
5 to
If
drop
you're
in
gonna
this.
what more?
accuse people of being ignorant, at least know how to pronounce the word.
yeah.
Okay, amen, whatever, amen. I can take that, but at the end of the day, I don't know where it's insinuating that. Okay, let me read it again. Once again, let me read it to
I
you.
can read the blue letter Hebrew to you if you want.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, read that. Perfect. Because it obviously started with the Jews, and I believe that 3 countries that agree on the same thing wouldn't truly publish such, embarrassment, with all due respect.
No, this isn't the embarrassing part. That's you're doing
Respect for
that.
who?
Well, I mean,
All right,
you guys are
Deuteronomy.
neighbors, and I
Well,
truly
while
believe that
Mez
you're
was
ignorant.
pulling that up, George, there is like this thing that I did when I was a kid. There was this like curriculum called Read and Think. So what you would do is you would read a little like 1-page essay thing, and then on the next page you'd have to answer questions about the essay. So it taught you how to read something and then think about what you were reading, some reading comprehension, right? And this might be a fun thing for you. It's for children, but it might be a good thing for you to learn how to read and then think about
Hey,
what
man,
you've
thank you.
read.
Thank you. I'll incorporate that in my life. Thank you. But would you
Don't-
still
It's called
consider that?
read and
I
think.
doubt it so hard.
No, but would you still consider holiness though? You know, like would you still consider? Because I don't know how
No,
this
because holiness apparently
entire
makes you
thing about
completely
brass
brain
just
dead.
pivots from the way of holiness. Like, how does that affect your life with the religion called holiness?
The problem is, George, is what we established earlier on was that it's impossible to know what holiness is because we don't know what God's law is. Because when we look at his
But
law,
we
it
do
seems
know.
to be it seems to be pointing to the Old Testament laws, but now you're telling me that that's not the case. So it's really hard, especially when we're talking to somebody without any reading comprehension, to know what holiness is. You
Well,
got to
okay, perfect. So
understand that, George.
would you
You're a bad
Mhm.
advertiser for this
Amen?
cult.
Amen.
All right, I'll look
When you
up
say
brass
called, but
and
we're still
dig
open
just
to
to
talk
help him
about.
out.
Can you look up
But when you
hill
say
too?
called,
Oh, sure.
yeah, when you say called, but we're still open to talk about holiness. I don't know how we are a cult, but that's besides the point. Holiness, right? When it comes to Jesus, would you consider the fact that Jesus was Jewish and that obviously he was following the
Prove
Old
it.
Testament as a man?
I'll consider it.
Well, I mean, I go by the King James, right? Backed up by
Whoa, hold
government
on. What?
and obviously a
What?
monarch that
You go
obviously
by
has more
what?
money than you and I. But that's besides the point. He can hire historians, but that's besides the point,
All
right?
right, Mezzo, are you ready to?
Yeah, so the hill part, the word hill here is harar, right? Harar is what
Sounds
it
like
is.
someone laughing.
Harar, yeah.
Har.
Yeah, they're
Sounds
so
like an
that's
Australian laughing.
har
Arnar.
nar. This is a mountain hill. So those are the words it means. Unused root meaning to loom up a mountain or a hill, a mountain. That's just what these are saying. So it's talking about mountains and hills. Okay, and where are mountains and hills, George?
To grow wealth,
No,
where there's obviously
where are
resources.
mountains and hills?
To grow wealth, where there's obviously
Where
resources.
are?
Where can we
It's
find
Where
everywhere.
mountains?
What are you talking
are?
about? We're on Earth.
Earth,
We're on
right?
There's
Earth.
Good.
a,
We're
Earth,
on
Earth.
Earth.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're
Good.
saying,
Thank you.
yeah, on the Earth.
Well, then
there's
that's
mountains
circular
and
reasoning in your point of view. Then what are you talking? What are you guys talking about? That's circular reasoning in your point of view.
No,
If
we're
it's
agreeing with
going
you,
to be from Earth, and that's where obviously we're about to get our tools,
George.
then
I'm going
you
to
guys are
finish
just
reading this before you crash out.
arguing of
Okay.
silence.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just take a deep breath. So we're saying that mountains. That's it so far. Hills and mountains. The next word is the digging word. To dig, cleave, divide, hew, make, cut out, dig out, cut down, quarry, mason. This is about digging. You know how like you go into the mountain and then make a hole with like
Yeah, what
shovels
they're
and
about to
stuff?
make.
And not like I
A
dig it.
hole.
Like just to clarify.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
They don't
in
use the
Deuteronomy,
same
it,
like
robot.
the whole context, what they're about to make, like
a hole. You
consider
dig
the
a
context
hole.
obviously of the book, right?
The
You
what?
dig out a
No,
hole.
but like near that mountain, what they're about to do near that mountain.
Yeah, I'm just reading this part right now. We can get to that after. All we've heard so far from
Yeah,
this
because
is
obviously
that
you
there's
hate
a
the
hill.
context. That's the whole point of an atheist. You guys half-ass everything.
No, that the answer's in the context. You're never gonna get it with the
Shouldn't have said it.
context. I don't know what it means.
Amen.
in the
Thank
context.
you.
The answer must be hidden in the
Amen.
context. Don't ask me what the context is, but all I know is it's context.
It's a fair point. I want to hear the context of it. I really do.
Okay.
But we got to find out the context to what. We don't know what we're looking for context for yet because you have denied that the word dig is in the Bible. That's what we're getting
I never
to.
denied it. I'm
Okay.
just I'm
Digging out of the
interpreting it
hills.
as once again, as the dictionary says,
Yes.
breaking.
Yes.
And in this context, it's clearly talking
What
about.
dictionary did you look at?
I just went online, just
To
wrote
break
down
up.
dig.
Oh, so you didn't read the whole thing. It says to break up and move earth with a tool
No,
or machine.
to
Yeah.
breaking, moving earth,
Yes.
searching for items archaeologically
Yeah.
or informally, understanding or liking something. So it's like,
Beautiful.
once again, with the context,
Yeah.
do you understand
Yep.
the
So George,
context?
what they're saying is that you break apart the earth and you find things in it.
You're such an atheist, bro. Like,
Is that not what they're talking about with like digging
can
archaeologically?
you read the whole verse? Can you read the
You're
whole
such
chapter?
an atheist. Do you think that when we say dig something up, we mean to like remove it from the earth? Like fucking atheist, man.
No, but just read the whole context of the
Is your
verse,
claim
please.
saying that like they'll take brass that they made up to the hills and break it for no reason, like just hammer brass into pieces?
I'm saying that the context of the book remains the same.
Like they actually
That
have a pile of brass that they're digging through?
I'm saying that they're human beings that have tools to
Right.
obviously make things out of that hill. You know, going based off once again.
And what do they
the
find in the
context.
hill? What's in the hill?
Oh, you know, if you continue the context of the verse, pretty good things, you know.
Like what? Give me an example of
Like
what they
what?
find in
Perfect.
there.
Let's go to the next verse. If you want to read Deuteronomy verse 10. Hold on, give me one second.
Sure. Yeah. Well, on this,
That
it
has
says it in 9.
That has nothing to do with what they pull out of the hills. What might
Where
they
do
find
I
in
reject,
the hills?
and once again, ma'am, we
Stop
are the
calling
King
me ma'am,
James.
George.
I apologize, right? You know,
I'm reading the King James.
right. The King James is different from your nasty NIVs and all them,
I don't
right?
use
We
NIV.
remain different from the rest. I
Okay.
reject your premises. I
George,
reject
George,
false
I am-
your
I
Our
am-
premise is the Bible.
Believe it or not, I'm a pretty patient person with idiots. So you're fortunate that I've let you on my show for this long. If you can look at a
I'm gracious.
sentence that is not even first grade reading level, that just says they're going to dig brass from the hills, and you
Where do you
can't
see from the hills?
understand-
Where do you see from the hills? Where?
Out
George.
of whose hills? It's right there.
Okay,
Out
perfect.
the
Out of
hills.
whose hills? Where do you see from the hills? Where do you see the word from the hills?
Out
That
of
you
the
guys,
hills.
for some weird reason,
Out
okay, then
of
where
the
do you see
hills
from?
means from
Where
the
do you see from?
hills.
It
Okay,
doesn't, bro.
you're
They
right,
are
George. You're right.
synonyms,
Oh my days, bro. I'm
You're
not
right.
trash
No,
now.
George is right. George, fuck, we're so cooked. They got the brass out of the hills.
Not from the hills.
It's not from the
Oh.
hills. It's out of the hills, right?
Perfect. So
You're right.
out of
But the problem,
hills
George, is that
they're
you
at,
can't
they
get
got it
brass
out.
out of it. You can't get brass out of hills, though. That's the problem.
I apologize, sir. Where do you see that they're digging in hills that you guys made the claim earlier?
One quick second.
George, what do you think they're digging out of the hills in the verse of Deuteronomy 8:9?
I'm back.
Thou will dig brass. It says dig brass.
Do you think that what they're doing, just like, tell me if I'm wrong, do you think that what they're doing is digging a hole and finding brass?
No, I'm saying that they're breaking brass. That's what I'm saying.
So you
I'm
think
going
they're
with-
taking brass up to the hills and breaking it?
I don't know where it says I'm taking it up to the hills, but I'm just saying
George,
they just-
they're
this is
breaking
why
brass.
I
They're just
said he's
finding
got to
brass.
tell us what he thinks. It's
I'm
saying.
going based off
He
the King
hasn't
James.
done that
You will
yet.
not gaslight me
All
into your
he's going to
before.
say is, no, it's not that. No, it's not that forever.
What is it?
Like, that's
Amen.
not a
The
conversation.
King James will forever remain.
You
common
tell us
sense
what's
to
happening
atheists.
George, you have to tell us explicitly.
Okay, can I read it
what
again?
the
Can I read it
passage
again, my King
means.
James?
Yeah.
Can I
Tell
read
us
it
what
again
it
in my King
means. Don't
James?
just read it. You're
It's
welcome to
one
read
goddamn
it, but tell us
clause
what
of
it
a
means.
sentence.
Okay, so all right, perfect. So in the verse it says, "A land whose stone are iron, comma." So like now we know that it's a
Iron
stony
stones.
hill.
Yep, that makes
Okay,
sense.
perfect. It's a stony hill, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass. So meaning, in my point of view, once again, break and construct once again tools for their society.
Okay,
That's
so,
what I
so
believe.
you believe
Breaking tools?
out of whose hills they may dig brass. That clause literally means build tools, construct tools for their society.
What do you think brass is for?
That's not that
We're trying to
sentence
figure
doesn't
out.
say that, right? So we're trying to
Oh,
ask
it
you
is.
what the sentence means. You think that clause of the
I
sentence.
already said what I meant. So what now?
We're
You
trying
heard
to
what I
figure-
said.
Yeah,
Okay, so where do
it
you see
doesn't
the
make
word?
sense,
Where
though.
do you
That's
see
why
the
we're having
concept?
Okay, perfect. In your
construct?
point of view,
George.
perfect. In your
where-
point of view,
George.
what does it
George,
mean?
slow down.
I
slow
want to
down,
know your point of view
George,
because
George.
you know it
You
all.
said,
George.
George, you said we aren't allowed to say from, so you can't change it to break.
Well, you can't. Obviously, you guys are
George,
blind. You need
George,
glasses.
Calm
You
down.
need glasses.
Calm down. George, stop yelling. Where do you see the word or some sort of concept of construct in that clause? Or building or tools?
That I'm obviously not seeing that they're about to dig in earth
Break.
for brass. I'm
I'm
rejecting
asking
your
you. I'm asking you
premises
how you get your
1,000
translation, how
times.
you get your interpretation, right? So
Yeah, from common sense
Someone reported
conservatives
me for
that
having my
believe in
Cash App
Jesus
up there.
Christ.
Common sense conservatives. What?
I need you to point it out because I'm such an idiot. It doesn't seem like it says that. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can go
what
to the First Church of
words,
our Lord Jesus Christ.
George? Which words there lead you to believe that it's construct and tools and society? What words in that clause lead you there?
What words in that clause led me to understand that you get brass just over there?
I'm going to
I
do
don't know.
this is what I want. Okay, George, be quiet for a second and I want to go really slow. I'm going to say how I read it, and then I want you to do the exact same thing for how you read it. Okay? So I'm going to say the words that it says in the
I
passage, and
can't
I'm going to
wait for
tell
you
you
to
what
say
I
the
mean
word
by that.
from.
And then you can do the same. So when it says out of, I think that means from. To get something out of it is to get something from it. And the hills are going to be piles of dirt or rock, something like that on the earth. So they're going to go into that. They're going to dig into it. That's when it says dig. They're going to dig into it and they're going to find brass and they're going to get it out of that. So that's where the brass
I
is going to
reject.
come from that. So that's how I
Perfect.
read it. That's how I understand it. So
That's
now
how
I
I
want you to
understood it
take
too.
the exact words that are in the passage and I want you to say how we get construct tools for society from it. Okay. The way I did
Okay,
it.
perfect. If you read the whole context, can I read you before, like, can I read you verse 8 first?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
That's all.
if
Just
that
don't.
helps you explain into it, I think that's valuable. Yeah.
Go ahead, George, but you know what we're looking for. When we get to that clause,
I'll
you
read it.
need to explain how it works.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
go back to
perfect.
7. For the
I'm
Lord thy
obviously going
God
to
bringeth thee
explain.
into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that spring out of valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley and vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of oil, olive, and honey.
Okay, perfect.
Super helpful.
And
So
obviously verse 9.
we've read that verse
Amen.
that
So it
leads us
says,
in.
because obviously now that we know, now that we know that they're going to that land, right? Obviously, now that we know that they're going to the land, and a land where thou shalt eat bread while without scarness, thou
Sarcasm.
shalt not lack
You got
anything
worse.
in it. In it, a land whose stone are iron,
George, hold on, George. George, hold on.
absolute, comma. Wait, sir, let me read the verse. Don't be
Absolute
scared of
fucking
the verse.
comma.
George, I
What the
just
heck?
want to
Don't be
point out,
scared of the
I wish
verse.
I was in a comma right now.
George, all I'm pointing out is everything
I
that
hope it
they've
was with
listed
Jesus
so
Christ, though.
far. George, hear this and please notice this. Everything they've listed so far is saying you will find these things there naturally. There will be
Okay, show me where it
naturally.
says they'll dig in it.
George,
sir.
you just yelled at me. All I'm saying is you will find this land. There were already is going to be wheat there. There's already barley. There's already pomegranates. All these things naturally occur there, and you're just going to find it. And then they're saying the other thing that naturally occurs there are stones made of iron, right?
Okay, now out of those hills, thou mayest dig brass. I mean it to mean thou mayest construct, once again, the tools that you have in your disposal, but you guys mean it to mean they're
Yeah,
going
that's
to
great, George. George, this is the
dig
problem. Is
inside earth
we
to
know what you think
find
it
brass.
means.
I
We already heard
reject your
George.
premise.
Why do you
I
think that?
reject your
George,
ignorance.
this is the problem, man. Is I'm asking you to say when you read it and you say
Why do I?
those hills
Because you guys
thou
aren't
mayest
apostles or
dig brass.
prophets of our book.
George, I'm asking you to just do what I did, to say out of whose hills and be like, by that it means this. Thou
pile of
mayest
dirt.
dig, by that it means construct. Brass, by that it means society, right? Or tools for society. I need you
I
to
don't know. Maybe why are they going to that land, sir? Why are they going to that land?
George, we're saying which word is construct? Is it dig?
Sir, the context, sir, just context. In your point of view, why are they going to that land?
Because there's a bunch of
if you
free
understand the context.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that, because there's a bunch of free, naturally occurring things there. That's why they're going there, because they don't
Okay,
have to
perfect. So
build
for
the stuff. It's already there waiting for them.
okay, okay, perfect. So, sir, slow down for a second. Now, with a lot of people, what do you think that they're about to do? You know, what do you think they're about to do
Man,
with
George, I
a
wish I could
ton
help
of
you here.
people escaping a regime
George,
that
can I
oppressed
help you? If
them
you'll be quiet,
for
I'm going to help you.
generations? Like
I
what do
have
you
to
think they're
do
about to
this.
do, sir?
This sucks. This sucks so hard
Yeah, because you
because
guys can't
hold on,
read
George. You got to listen
context.
to me. You got to listen to me. And this is gonna this is so frustrating because I think you have a point, but I know that giving you that is going to get us further behind because we're right, but you're also right. Okay, we're
No,
both
you guys are absolutely
correct.
wrong. What are you talking about? That's
No, we're
gaslighting to
both
the
No, no,
highest.
correct.
Admit when you're wrong.
I agree with George. I think what you're saying too, like it is about they're going to make tools out of brass and iron,
Yeah.
right?
This is about them succeeding and
Yeah.
their societies becoming better and the land giving them plenty. That's what it means. And it could be supposed to be literal, but it's probably somewhat figurative. Thou shalt eat bread without scarceness. Like, that's probably not entirely literal. But the
Right.
problem is that there's no brass in hills, so they got it wrong. Right? They just got that detail wrong.
Where do you see,
in this?
sir? I apologize. Where do you see the word
translation?
in hills?
That's
So
they're
What do
in
you
the
see
hills.
in
That
hills?
you
Where do you
can't
see?
take
It's
it
right there.
out
It's
to
in
of-
do
hills.
something, it has to be in it.
Can you take something out of something
It
if
says
it's not
out
in
of
it?
whose hills? I don't know where it says out of in. I don't know where it says
whose
out of.
hills.
Mhm.
Out of.
Amen. Where does it say in hills?
If I tell someone to bring me a cup out of the kitchen, what does that mean?
The
Out
cup
of the
was
kitchen,
already
you're
out
about
of
to
the
bring that
kitchen.
cup. Where perfect.
Where
Now, where do you see
where
out
was
of,
the
out
cup
of the
before,
earth,
George?
Where
about
was
to-
the cup?
Sir,
Where was the cup before?
the cup, right,
Was-
was in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
It was in
Perfect.
the kitchen.
Now,
Yeah.
So
now, can you
this
show
would
me where the
mean-
King James?
Where was the brass
Can you show me
before
where the
they
King
took
James
it out
is showing?
of the hill?
Once
In
again,
the
you pagans,
hills.
can you show me where the King James is showing where, once again, brass is dig out of earth? Show me that premise.
So
you
dig
pagans.
brass out
You
of
know
the
what? I don't care.
hills.
I don't care.
Dig
George-
brass out of hills.
George, maybe tell
He
us
ran?
where.
He spent 40
Oh.
fucking minutes debating the word dig and he ran.
He was like, "Oh, I think I finally get it. It just took that long."
The fucking cup.
And then he's like, I
The
better
cup
run."
in the kitchen is what it took.
He's now out. He's now out of the live. He was never in the live, but he's now out of the live.
I was
He
going to
is-
say,
He
George,
hasn't left from the live.
there's all sorts of shit coming out of your mouth. Now, where's the shit before it comes out of your mouth? It's in your
Starts
mouth.
in the mouth.
Yeah,
You can't spit shit out of your mouth if it was never in there.
right. It's just so obvious.
I don't even.
Well, I'm convinced holiness is true. I don't know about you guys, but that was pretty compelling stuff. Whatever holiness.
I'm convinced
I
I
was
need a
trying to-
Xanax. That's what I'm convinced of. Holy fuck.
They're digging holes. The holiness guy should know what digging means.
They're exactly from the holes they get the brass.
What a
Joel,
trip.
why are you just accepting every single request I get immediately? Why is that a thing now? Is that a new bit you're doing?
Just to
He does that on my live.
just to keep it moving.
Okay.
I'll
Come on,
stop. I can
Kenobi.
stop. I'll only do it with
George
Darth.
is right. I sent you a message in Discord.
Oh,
There's actually a mineral that can be mined that is made of copper and zinc, which are the two chemicals make brass. And it was called, the name of it from Greek actually means mountain brass.
no.
Sorry, I had to drop him. I didn't know that he was gonna
That's
like,
aurichalite. That's not
speak
brass.
against us. So
Yeah.
sorry
yeah,
for
it's a
that.
sort-
We're
no, it-
pagans.
it
We
is
don't
not-
like that.
It's not brass. It is made up of the components of brass. Brass would still be an alloy. It would have to be smelted to be brass. That's like saying since you can find both copper and zinc naturally, therefore brass occurs naturally. not the same thing,
Yes.
Kenobi. You do always try to nitpick me, so I'm gonna fight back on this one.
No, I was saying the name in Greek means mountain brass. That's the name of the mineral, where it comes from.
But it's not
Greek?
brass.
This isn't Hebrew.
I get it, because it's still wrong then, because you're saying they're basing it on the Septuagint.
Yes.
Like the King James is translated from the Septuagint, so if they
Septuagint's
were
wrong.
reading the Greek, then they would have assumed that that's true. Yeah, so they just got it wrong for different reasons. That's great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, perfect. See, I'm glad I brought you up.
King James sucks.
Yeah, so we all agree. Everything about it is right, but it's all wrong. That's
For all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well done.
It's also just not a real place that they're talking about.
Oh yeah, and there is no such thing as hills. Like these are just like so many ways it gets it wrong, right?
Yeah.
It's like the Earth is flat, and there's no bumps.
That's a good
and-
contradiction. Bible says the earth is flat and there's hills. That's confusing.
It also says that we would eat bread without scarredness, and that's not
Right.
true.
Because
You eat it with scarredness all
I
the time?
always
Well,
eat my bread with scarredness.
I'll have a little bread with Scarface, like in the morning, put on Scarface, have some toast. Like it's a good like morning movie to watch, you know?
If you have bread with Scarface, do you have to like crumple it up into crumbs and like
Yeah.
get it in a neat little line and
Yeah. Say hello to my little friend. It's a baguette.
oui oui.
Yeah. It's just a tiny baguette.
Little wee baguette, yeah.
Say hello to my little bread. So stupid.
No, that was a good one, Mezzo. You should keep workshopping that one. There's something there.
Oh man,
There's something there.
I have so many fucking bread jokes. You guys have no idea.
Really?
You have no idea.
I did
I'll do
10
them
minutes
someday.
on bread once.
Yeah.
Stand up. I did a live thing.
So good.
And then I wrote a song about bread maker. No joke. My
Mhm.
bread, the material, like the stand up wasn't very good, but the bread song is actually pretty great.
Well,
Oh, it's not like a shake your money maker, but you're calling it a bread maker because bread is sometimes money.
No, no, but
Shake your bread, make a
I
baby.
did bring up money, to be honest. Yeah,
There
I
you
just
go.
don't remember what the jokes were.
I loaf a good bread joke, but I find jelly and butter jokes a little sourdough.
Yeah.
Where did you read
Jelly
that?
jokes.
Is that like 110?
That was
What
awful.
101
That
jokes
was
to read
right
on
off
the John?
That was right off the crust, Joel.
I was gonna say
Nice.
that.
Well, listen, I
That's
would.
mean of you. You're doubting my.
They were
my comedic
pretty bad. I
skills.
have to say this. They were pretty bad jokes. I would yeast them. Like eat
Oh,
them.
like
but-
eat. Yeah.
Yeah, eat them.
That's
with an S on
newer.
it.
That's newer. Yeah.
Yeah, I made it modern because I make them up. I actually make up my own jokes.
Here's one. Let me do. Here's one. So like when you're making, let me think. Like when you're making.
Don't
bread, there's an
cry.
oven. You have to think of it like there's an oven and
The
you have
slow
to. You're rolling. I'm trying to think of one. You guys did some good ones. I'm just trying to think. What do you do? How do you make bread? Is it like you have to? Is it there? You or do you just buy it? Maybe you have to buy it. Let's see if maybe there's a joke about buying bread I could do. So it's like you have to pay. You at the store.
All right, I think the joke is stale now.
Where are you going to keep your bread? You have to store it. So you have to store your bread, but you bought it at the store.
Yeah.
So is that one?
I think this bit is stale. I already said that one. And
Anyways, I have tons of bread jokes though. And
yeah, well, maybe
normally
you
I have a
should
bunch of
like
jokes.
try to sandwich a funny one between the boring ones that you were just saying.
Oh, man, those are good ones. Shit. And what do you put on a sandwich? Lettuce, as in lettuce
Stop doing these
and
bread jokes.
tomato. No, that would have been better. I was gonna do like a BLT.
Right.
Fuck.
I'm a part of the BLT community.
LGBLT.
GBLT.
LGBT. We put
That's a
lesbians
great
in
idea
twice.
for a sandwich shop.
love
Yeah.
'em. I do see a familiar face in the requests. Well, a familiar
Oh, hallelujah.
Oh man, this is awkward.
Hey, so
You will not believe the day I've been having.
yeah.
So my TikTok account was hacked,
Oh
I only
Right.
just got it back like just now.
Oh, yeah. So anything
But
that you said earlier should be disregarded because it wasn't
I'm
you?
so glad. Yeah, the hacker like was my voice twin.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So
He also had your wry wit.
Yeah. Well, you can use that app that you talk into it, and then it says it back as Miko. You have that. And maybe they were using that Miko app.
that one. That's what it was. Yep. Yep. But I'm so glad I made it in time for RAMSASS, which is my favorite, because T, you do such a good job every time.
You. Yeah, while you're here, you can just confirm that you prefer my version.
I do.
Well, we don't have to go so far to make someone else feel bad. Like that would be this pendulum swinging the other way.
Oh, I think my account's
Pendulum's a
getting
little
hacked
generous.
again.
Right
So
now.
That guy's toast. You know, you can't win.
We were waiting for that. You were waiting so long for it.
I think some snot came out. Hold on.
You were waiting so long for it. That.
Ooh,
Okay,
sorry,
hold
I was
on,
having
do
some bread with
another one.
Scarface.
Do another one. You make there's crumbs like when you have toast, like it's crunchy.
Yep.
I just can't think of one right now.
Well, you need to think harder.
All the one. Yep.
Oh dang it! No, I'm gonna get one. At a bakery.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to make it so it's just try to make a joke that's funny, not crummy.
I just mentioned crumbs. It was right there. I should have done that one.
Yeah, it was really obvious.
You bake bread, but you also buy it at a bakery. So those are
Yeah,
similar.
you're really obsessed with the buying
sounding.
thing. I don't think that's.
Do you dig the bread out of the hill?
What did one bread?
It's a store, right? It's at a store.
You
What did
construct
one
the
bread-
bakery. Sorry, go
what
ahead,
did-
accidentally atheist.
What did one bread say to the other bread during intercourse?
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
crumb.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
better
yeah.
than crummy too.
That's a good one.
I'm really
I thought it was
sorry.
going to be
I'll
something
see
about like a
myself
breeding
out.
kink, like they want to be bred.
Breading.
Oh,
yeah.
that makes sense too. Yeah.
So I just
So
wanted
many
to
great
be a little bit
jokes.
different with it, I guess.
I don't even know. Like when I get bread, I buy. I. This is a true thing. I go to the part of the store that has the like. This is where we're selling old damaged shit for $1, and it's marked down, and it's half of it is turning green already,
Mhm.
to save money. So that's not very funny.
No, that's like a
that's-
sad.
That's
sad
the problem. Is
story.
I have a hard time associating bread with humor because when I buy it, it's really sad.
I think
'Cause
you
I'm
can
like-
work that into a type 5 somehow.
Okay, so the other day I was feeding my family spoiled bread, and no, it's just not funny. I'm trying. I'm trying to make it funny. It's not. It's really sad. They're
At my
sick,
house,
they're
we keep
super-
discovering penicillin again because
Yeah.
I have to buy all
Ooh,
sorts of
little
moldy bread.
Flemings, all the
Oh,
lot
is
of
that-
you.
That's a. You're not a science guy, and you know about that. That's interesting.
You got to know about some things like that for the jokes when you're trying to make the jokes.
Okay, let me look up types
You know.
of bread stores.
Just while we're
So
at it,
there's
Joel, what's your second favorite antibiotic?
I don't know any other words for antibiotic. What are the other options?
Clindamycin.
Clindamycin, amoxicillin.
Oh, amoxicillin's great.
I liked
Yeah.
amoxicillin. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be
Doxy,
offensive. I've got an potentially slightly offensive joke.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's I like amoxicillin because I am a ally of indigenous people, and it sounds like moccasins. Is that
Moccasins? Are those indigenous things?
don't indigenous people see this could be really
Shoes?
offensive? Yeah, they wear moccasins.
I think it won't be offensive because it's not
True.
good.
True.
Oh,
true.
it's not funny
we all said
enough
the same
to-
thing.
yeah. No one liked it. You know what? Next time when I go, Joel, don't say that one. Don't bother with it. I just won't bother it with
Well,
it.
no, it's good. It's good for me because as I we like work together and we're in competition. Anything you say that like people go, oh, that sucks, makes me look better.
The thing is that like I did like 20 bread jokes. You couldn't think of one, and then I get
I thought
crucified for
of
moccasins. It's
clindamycin.
not fair, guys.
The clindamycin thing, though. That's the one oh that's not a bread. That's a
That you were just
antibiotic.
mentioning an antibiotic.
I thought that was one of my bread jokes.
You just really
No.
gotta put your mind to it. You really gotta use your brain power.
Fuck! Oh my god!
I thought mentioning an antibiotic was one of my
It's
bread
really
jokes.
early. I woke up early, guys. I'm gonna get one. Before the end of this. I'm gonna get one.
All right, we have to make sure we get all of them before he can.
Yep. I'm gonna squeeze one in here. Let's see. Okay. Something about gluten would be good. Gluten, more like
A gluten for punishment.
there's gluten in bread. No,
You know what you should work towards is a French onion soup joke, and it's because they have a piece of bread in it.
Okay.
Or a split pea soup.
There's no bread in that.
We could put bread in any soup.
Pregnant in the middle like the 4th of July.
No, but like French onion, they put that piece of bread, right?
3
They
people in
put
here will get the reference.
soggy
Like on the
bread.
top of it?
Who doesn't love soggy bread with melted cheese on it? And so you put the
Cheese
bread
sounds
in
good.
there. Soggy bread?
Well, if it's like soggy with soup. If it's soggy with tap water, no one wants it. But like a nice soup-soaked bread?
I want a dip. I don't want to soak.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
I'm not a Mormon.
No, you're a dipper. Yeah.
Hello, Emerick. I think I remember you said your name was Ethan. Can I get your age and pronouns?
Yeah, 27 he/him.
All right. What is your religion or lack thereof?
None of that's relevant right now. I'm just here to dog on French onion soup.
Oh, okay. Go ahead then.
It's broth, and they were like, "What are we gonna put in it?" We have all these like wealth of ingredients. Onion. Okay.
Yep.
Anything else? More onion.
It is a
And
lot
it's
of
just-
onion.
And it's so perfectly French because it makes you want to stay away from them after they eat it.
Oh man, I do like it.
I can't understand. I just don't like the French. I just got to put that out there.
I'm a big
I'm
soup
intolerant
guy.
of nothing but the French.
Wow.
There are very few soups that I don't like, except for like seafood ones, like clam chowder and stuff. But just a potato
Whoa,
chowder, I'll
hold on
fucking
now.
snarf down.
Hold on.
Like,
now. I'm gonna no clam chowder.
no, clams are.
Do you
It's
live
just
near the
only because
coast, or are you more
clams
like
are so disgusting.
The star-crossed
remember
buddies
the-
aren't seafood boys.
Yeah,
See,
Or the
thing
pecker.
with seafood. The thing with seafood is like depending on where you are in the world, it is either like dog water or it's like the greatest thing you've ever tasted.
Or it's gonna give you cholera.
Yeah,
Not
or
cholera,
that.
but
Or
it
both.
will give you things in the same family as cholera sometimes.
I've just been next to people who are like,
Vibriosis.
"This is the best seafood I've ever had," and then tried it and it was gross. Right, so there are people who are like, "This one, no, I know you've had bad one. This is good one," and it's like this tastes like fish is the thing. I don't know if you've noticed that about seafood.
Yeah, but that's
It's
the
like
best
really
part.
fishy.
I'm not a
Listen,
big
I'm way too
seafood
close to the
eater.
bay, not to dox myself. I'm way too close to the bay to like
Docs.
not like fish and
The
seafood.
docks. Your dock, because the bay would have docks.
Oh, that's a great bread joke. Holy shit!
Yeah, but
How all
where is,
jokes are
but is
bread
it near?
I'm gonna get one.
But where's the bakery in this situation?
Where do you buy it?
Did we ever find whether or not I had to leave for a bit? Did we ever find the copper and alloys in those hills?
If you had to leave for a bit, that's on you. Okay.
Yeah,
It's not our responsibility
It's on YouTube.
to
Play it back.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I was-
retell you what happened in the thing.
The
Be here for
vinyl
the whole
booth
thing,
later.
or not know what happened. Like
I was
that's
being a responsible adult. I was having salmon for breakfast. You know, again, there's the fish.
Ah.
God, I'm gonna
Th-
block
this-
this guy.
look. There's a lot of you know how like people don't like the pigs because they eat their own shit and stuff like that. You know, fish are always like drinking fish piss. Like the
Yeah.
whole water that
Well,
they
so
live
do
in is
I.
just piss and shit.
Which, like, I know every food has some good qualities, but other than that, there's some bad stuff about them too. So it's like hard to weigh those, I guess.
Yeah, but that's why we cook them. We don't eat fish raw anymore.
They cook them in their
That's
own
the old
piss.
days.
Unless you go to get sushi.
Yeah,
I would
raw
try
fish
to eat
is a
more.
thing.
I would try to eat more like fish and fish sandwiches, but I gotta be honest, it tastes kind of just buns.
Oh, it's so
Buns? I do not know
Taste
that
is
term.
buns. They say bunions.
You're
Bunions
just saying
is
this
the.
shit to get a rise out of me.
Yeah, classic.
Oh.
God damn it.
Oh. It's pretty easy when the comedy's just baked in.
Yep.
Like some of
Okay,
these,
well, I don't-
golden.
Brown.
Why did you
Golden
just say
brown.
brown?
Are you?
Right.
Shit.
Oh my goodness.
Bye, Joel.
You actually killed him.
He'll be
I just
back.
can't think of any.
Aaliyah!
Hi.
Hi, are you here to help tell bread jokes so Mezzo can't?
Kind of, but mostly I was here because Joel said that fish drink fish piss. But I wanted to mention that babies drink baby piss when they're in utero. So, like, do we do away with them too?
So we should
We
eat
don't-
baby.
we don't-
But to
we
be
don't
fair,
eat
we
'em.
don't eat babies.
Oh,
Yeah. No, we
Did
don't
you
do
forget
Oh.
that, Aaliyah?
I did.
Hold
I
on,
haven't had
are
any
you like-
caffeine today, so maybe
Are
I
you-
forgot.
You only
that.
had babies for breakfast?
Kind of, I guess. I did like nom the face of my own baby, but that's kind of separate.
You sick
they-
fuck.
I know.
Maybe
I know.
maybe
Do they
Aaliyah is
really
rich. You know
piss?
those upper crust types.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm upper crust. I'm kind of, people say that I'm low tier when they come on my live,
Do
but
babies really piss in the womb, or does it?
yeah, no, they do. So amniotic fluid is partly baby piss.
How do
And
they? How
then-
does that get out?
How does the amniotic fluid get out?
It
When the
just
water
it stays in
breaks.
there.
When the water breaks.
So that's how a baby comes out. They just are like loading more and more piss until like it pops. It's too much piss.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is
that's what-
fascinating.
yeah,
I
something
thought
like
the
that.
umbilical cord took some out.
Take some of the amniotic fluid out?
Mm.
No, because the amniotic fluid is not in the baby.
Where do you think piss comes from?
Yeah.
That's why I was confused. I mean, normally you eat food, but they're not eating.
They're not eating. They're just getting nutrients from the blood from the placenta.
So they do. Oh, so they absorb their own piss a little bit, and then they piss.
They
it back
they
out.
swallow some of their own piss. And
They
there's
s-
fluid.
They swallow inside the womb.
Yeah, they
Grok,
practice
is this true?
swallowing. They practice swallowing while they're in the womb, and there's what are they practicing swallowing? The amniotic fluid.
Oh man, babies are fucking nasty.
No,
Okay,
it's
so piss is also not on Mezzo's list of 20 kinks.
yeah. So we can eliminate that one.
Not swallowing it.
The piss.
Wait, what does that imply about you?
Is
Oh.
this is a good bread joke. Okay, if you have a kink in your do breads get kinks in them?
No, but umbilical cords can.
Oh, thought that was a bread term.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say like maybe if you like whip them, but I don't think that really like works.
Shit. Yeah, I thought I had one, but it was just a bad. Maybe there's too much flour in me. I can't do it.
Mm.
You can't even rise to the occasion.
Someone already did
that was
that
a good
one.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, it's
Was
kind of
it-
like a non-starter.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
I'll get one.
Okay, well, best of luck to you on getting your bread joke. I used to have some bread jokes when I had a job. We would say, you know how people say like let's get this bread when they're talking about money?
Yeah.
Let's get
Okay,
this-
I would say let's take this tortilla. Let's rack up this rye. Let's pack
Mm.
in this pita, you know?
Oh, pita, that's a good one. We
Let's
haven't gotten to
bag
yet.
the bagel, you know?
You're using up all of these so Mezzo can't, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Uh,
Okay.
before you go, I have a quick little joke. Did you hear what happened to the flatbread and lingerie?
What happened?
She got deflowered.
Boom.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. Well, I guess she didn't have any yeast infection because she's flat bread and used to rise. Okay, bye now.
All right, bye, Lou. Ethan, thank you for coming up. You've said a thing.
Right.
You've
I said a
antagonized
thing.
Joel until he died.
Are
Catch you
cru-
next
are
time.
Way of things.
croutons bread? Is crouton tiny bread?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tiny little squares of toast.
Okay,
Like,
I'll
really
think
tiny
about
squares.
maybe I
Yeah.
can make a crouton joke. Okay, that's very helpful. I'll work with that.
All right. Best of luck to you.
Have a good one. Like she croûte my baguette till I rise.
She croûte?
She croûte my baguette till I rise.
What does to croûte mean? I don't know. Is this a new young word I'm not familiar with?
It is now. Can I get
yeah.
some croûte in chat, please?
She croûtes on everything.
I hope it doesn't mean something terrible in another language, but can I get some croûtes in chat?
Croûte.
It means they're gonna make tools to improve society.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously, contextually, I know what it means, but I just hadn't heard that direct translation.
Hello.
Hey. Oh, I just thought I'd come up and give you a quick holla.
That's a good one.
I did kind of steal this from PK Heathen because he wrote the word in chat. They wrote the word in chat, and I wasn't sure. I don't know if anyone else made that joke, but I was
also
that's the joke.
Saw someone say it was like a non-starter, NAAN.
Right. That's good.
Yeah, that's a non-issue. Okay.
Damn it.
Well, do you have another thing to say?
No, I don't know.
Why did the loaf of bread cross the road? Because because it's not chicken, it's bread. It's different than what a chicken did cross the road though.
That's just how it rolls.
I think you can come up with a butter one.
God damn it. This is embarrassing. It's in bread racing. I tried it.
Yeah, I think if you just have some faith, if you really just look to God and are like, give me a bread joke. It's like the breezy test, but instead it's gonna be a breadsy test. So if you could come up with a bread joke by the end of this live, then God is real.
I said in my live that I saw Breezy in someone else's show chatting, and I went to say like, "Hey, why are you ignoring me?" Because he just won't respond to me now.
Yeah.
And why are you ignoring me? And then just like he completely left the whole chat and stuff. Like everywhere I go, he just like dips and is hiding. It's hilarious.
All right. We've got Inumaki in a wig, aka Kinger, who is up now. Hey.
Well, honestly, I think you could come up with a good bread joke if you stop loafing around.
Okay, so someone kind of did a loaf, but they did it as love. So yeah, that was.
Yeah.
It's pretty good though.
My bad. I wasn't here.
What about is potato
see you
bread?
guys.
Is potatoes made of bread?
There can be. Like, you could probably get a lot of jokes out of that.
I feel like you did one and I don't know it. Did you do a bread one or a potato one?
It was a potato bread one.
Potato I think is made out of bread.
Potato is made of bread?
Is that true?
No.
Like mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes are made out of bread.
Is it like I think you get bread wet and then stir it. You get mashed potatoes, right?
Okay.
I don't know how to cook
Grandpa,
very well.
let's go back to bed now.
All right, I'm working on it. I'm not like a chef or something or someone who whatever it is who makes bread.
Baker.
Fuck. Right.
Yeah, I don't go to a chefery to get my baked goods, Engineer, hello. Mez was trying to come up with a bread joke.
Don't force it though. Like I feel now like there's too much pressure, but I will get one. I will get one bread joke. I just got to I'm not Googling a bread joke. I'm just typing something else.
Well, you need to hurry up.
Joke. Why?
How is
the bread joke?
How is the male bread going to please the female bread in bed?
With yeast or no?
That's gross. No, but he will wheat her out.
Wheat?
Oh, like eat, but
yeah.
with a W.
Wheat.
Okay.
He will
He will
wheat her
wheat
out.
her out. I love when my man wheats me out.
I dare you to go to Joshua and ask him to wheat you out. Just
He
no
might still be in
context.
here. Babe, if you're still in here watching, come in here real quick.
Oh, this is amazing. I love Atheist Echo Chamber Day. Love you guys.
Oh, that's a good title for it.
Have a good one.
Atheist Sunday School, and then it says, "Show me the
sounds good,
Bible,
an
God." It just
acronym.
says Echo Chamber.
Echo Chamber Day.
That's
Woo!
funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, what kind of dog did the baker have? Probably like a golden
Purebred.
retriever. Oh yeah, that would have been better. What site am I reading? This is
Hey,
badbiblehub.com. Oh,
Mezzo, you should tell Robotgoat here that it's the top of the flower.
oh shoot, you're right.
But you have to be the one to
That's
do
right,
it.
folks. Oh wait, that was another bread joke? Dang
Yeah.
it.
It was, but it still can be. But I'll bring Joel in here to do the top of the flower.
You know, I found. Oh, it is the top of the flower. It is 1337.
Gross. Military time. Sorry.
Military time, yes, sir. And
We're at war right now, so that's the
yeah,
appropriate.
aye, aye, Captain, and we are here doing tops of the hour. How do you do this?
Can I be a bottom if it's top of the hour?
It's bottoms of the hour, bottoms up, and look, get all that yeast in the beers. How do they make beers?
They put yeast in it.
Yeah, and then bottoms up.
And there's hops.
Hops and barley.
Yeah.
But you can make bread with some of that stuff, right?
See,
beer?
you're stuck where I'm at. Everyone's done all the bread jokes, and there's all this pressure to another one.
No,
How'd you do that?
I found my stand-up bread bits.
Oh fuck, I'm ruined.
So I can if you want I can share one of the things I said. Are you ready for this?
Oh,
I don't think you're ready for this.
it's a good one.
And then I did this bit. Let me read it.
Oh, Joel, we can't.
And then
If you're out of the
Joel,
app,
maybe-
wait, Joel, we can't. If you're out of the app, we can't.
yeah, and then I go on and I go,
But
listen.
wait,
if
before you go get. Oh.
Can't hear him when he's doing it. I bet it's good though. I don't know what he said, but the laugh is infectious. It's pretty good.
It's contagious.
And then I said,
It
and
is
even
fun.
Jesus.
Oh, I bet this is so good.
This is.
Oh no.
Oh, it's
Joel,
brilliant.
we can't hear when you're off of your teacupping right now, Joel.
Bread is the bread of life.
Oh my god, I bet that was so
I
good.
think, yeah.
So
You can tell from how he's laughing. It was
There's a lot of good
bread.
jokes there, actually.
Yes.
I thought it was
Really
bad,
good.
but it's actually really good.
Yeah.
We're going to keep encouraging you.
Yeah, thank you.
Would you send me some of those, by the way? So
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
DM them to me.
Yeah, sure. Let me send them over to you.
All right, let me see. Oh, okay. Oh, I just thought of a bread joke.
Oh, okay. Make sure you share it while the app is open.
Okay, this is just when I'm not looking at Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Joel, this is like really inappropriate. I don't think I can. This is like.
Is it the moccasin one again?
Yeah, this is like really.
It's not even a bread joke.
inappropriate.
Joel.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I didn't think of one. I don't want to read that, Joel. Sorry.
You know, a lot of old
Doug's telling the
stand-up.
joke. Hold on.
Hey, hello?
Hello, welcome in, Doug.
Hey, listen, can I talk to Joel for a minute? Is that gonna be okay?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Doug.
Do you want
Joel, listen, here's the thing. Okay, so I just have a little thing I want to tell you. I prepared this, so go easy on me. Okay, I want to be forgiven for the shit that I was given. And I want to be forgiven because I put my feet in or foot. Oh shit.
You know what?
What are you putting your feet in?
Well, shit.
You're putting your feet in shit? Oh.
I mean, I forgive you. I don't know if I guess he
I
needs
don't.
Joel to.
I don't want anyone to put their feet in shit. I really don't. Like bear tootsies? Ooh.
There's that Bible verse where they make bread out of shit. Is that a joke I
Well,
can do?
they
I can
cook
just
it
read
with
that.
shit, right?
Oh, it's not made out of it.
I think it's like
It's just like a shit oven.
Yeah, they just shove it in there.
It's actually pretty like environmentally efficient to like make use of your waste
Oh,
in
well,
a way. Where
maybe stop buying the discount bread and start doing that instead.
Oh, right. Yeah. I should. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I've just been heaping shit around and I have no use for it. So now I'll actually be able to put it to work. It's not a bad idea.
And that's what we're all about here at RAMSASS, innovation. Sophie, welcome in.
Hi.
Can I get your age and pronouns?
21 she her. I just wanted to like there was a joke before like with the bread thing and my girlfriend had a response to it and I just wanted to like say that. It was the she crouton my baguette to like gluten. I think that was the one it was.
Yeah.
And she said you got to be careful for that otherwise you'll get a yeast infection. That's it. I thought it was really funny. I just wanted to share that with you.
It is. I just don't. It's rude because I don't have a bread joke. So it's kind of like at this point, people are like kind of rubbing it in my face.
Right.
They're cruding all over my face. Right. Is that one? That's the one you did.
Yeah, it's already been done.
Anyway, yeah, that was it.
Are crepes like a breakfast crepe? Is that a type of bread? That's closer, right? Or is that made of egg?
I think it's mostly egg, but I would consider it like bread adjacent.
Okay, I don't have like a crepe joke though. I was just curious, like, so it doesn't. I guess it didn't really help me that much.
Okay, well, you can keep thinking on that, and maybe a joke will just creep up on you. So
God damn it.
Next up,
I would have gotten there. I would have gotten to that. I would have gotten around to that.
Yeah, I know you would have. That's why I had to take it from you and steal your joy, like I stole your show and your backgrounds and everything else on your computer. Hey, Godless Engineer.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Are you here to say a thing or to make a bread joke or?
Yeah, well, I don't know when you're ending, but I was needing to tell y'all that I'm planning on going live here in a minute, so I hope nobody's a big old sourdough about it. But would I would love any traffic that I can get. Kind of struggling over here. Just trying to get some tallies is what I'm trying to do.
Well, you're never going to catch up to
Tally
me.
a bread joke. I'm trying like, do you tally bread or is that God, I don't know if that's a bread word.
No, tally isn't, but sourdough and the kneading was. Sorry, I'm not
kneading. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are good ones. God, I need to do one. Like, what about scones and muffins? Are those all bread?
I would say so.
What's not bread? Like fucking every food is bread.
Brass.
Yeah. Hey, Joel, let me ask you this: what kind of dog did the baker have?
Joel left, and we are
Mezzo.
Did that
God
one.
damn it! Why do I always do this? Fuck me. Mezzo. What kind of dog did the baker have?
Someone already said it, but I forgot. I think it was a golden retriever, and that's like a joke because when you retrieve bread, like you get it from a store.
The bakery.
No, actually, it's purebred.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I got a lot of these. I don't know if you want them. Mezzo. Sorry.
No, if you say them, then I can't. I don't want anyone else to say any more bread jokes because I could have come up with it.
Sorry. I thought we were.
I got another one.
God damn it.
What's the difference in a nickel and a dime?
It's like I think it's like a 25-cent nickel. A nickel is worth a quarter. A dime is.
You can't pump
20.
or dime, but you can pump or nickel.
Oh my gosh. That's disgusting.
Hey, speaking of disgusting, have y'all seen the Ezekiel bread in stores?
I have seen that actually.
Yeah.
Like I think at Trader Joe's or something, I saw that, and it's like that's a real thing that they have there.
But it's Trader spelled Traitor Joe's.
Yeah.
It's Trader Joe's. That's where they sell that.
I remember I took a picture of it at some point and put it in our Discord or something like that because they really do have that. Yeah, they really do. But I don't think I didn't look at the ingredients, but it's not shit baked. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not shit baked, but I just think it's funny that they have the literal shit verse on the side of the bread. It's like I don't care if you keep it in the refrigerated portion of the store. That's nasty.
It'd be like putting how they make gelatin on the side of like Jello boxes.
They did like the verse before the shit verse or something is actually printed on. It's something like that. It's pretty gross.
Pretty gross. You got another thing to say? We're probably going to be wrapping up here in about 15-ish minutes, so...
Okay. No, yeah, I'm getting all my shit to go live. So, I don't know. Feel free to send people my way. Like I said, just kind of struggling over here and everything. With, making sure that I correctly reference Mezzo instead of Joel. But anyways, I'll let y'all get back to it. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Okay, Tater's gonna Tate.
That's just potato again.
I thought you said potato was bread.
You said potato was bread.
And that was
wrong.
Correct? Or oh shit.
That was
okay.
not correct. Leslie, hi.
Hey,
Do you have a bread joke?
Yeah. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Wheat.
Wheat who?
Wait a minute. I'm still baking.
Oh, that's
good. That's cute. That's cute.
Damn it, Leslie got one too. And
Next
yams
up,
are
I'm
potatoes also, or
yeah, also not bread. I'm gonna bring up an expert on bread.
Hi, so I don't want to whole grain on your parade here, but inshallah, Mezzo comes up with a bread joke here soon.
okay. My problem is that I Googled potato jokes because I was confused from earlier, so I'm reading all these, and it's like, what do you call a potato at a football game? A spectator, and that's a great joke. It's a really good joke because you're thinking, well, there's a potato at a football game.
Potato at game football.
That's a funny thing to imagine. There's like a seat, like one of those bleacher seats, and a potato's there, and you're laughing about that. That's humorous, and they're watching it, so that's why it says spectator, because they're looking at it.
With what?
So that's
how would potatoes look at anything?
I guess
because they're full of eyes.
Oh my god, that's good. Jesus Christ, yeah. I was going to mention the glasses.
Jesus
You'd have
Christ.
to put little. Well, Mr. Potato Head wore glasses. He had astigmatism.
Oh, is that like serious?
So that's
serious.
That's comical to think about, I guess. I don't know. I don't get all of the jokes.
Astigmatism.
Yeah. Which is I'm trying to put, is astigmatism, can you do a pun where that's bread? Because that could bring it all around, maybe. That's tough.
I think you can. You work on that one.
Astigmat-brez. It's not there.
That's close.
Sorry, Colin.
No worries, man. Thank you. Take it easy.
These are funny, though. These other jokes people are saying are funny.
Mezzo.
Yeah.
Nobody laughed at it in the comments, so I had to come up and say it. You could do a potato bread mash up.
Oh,
because mashed bread.
Yeah, but let me suggest this to you, Mezzo. Write down these elements and then make a joke out of it. Okay.
Let me get a pencil. Okay.
Yeah, get a pencil. So you've got potato, and what kind of pasta can you make out of potato? Gnocchi, right? Gnocchi is potato based, but it is a type of pasta.
Okay.
Gnocchi.
CCH, okay.
And then this is where it gets really good. Pascha is a type of Easter bread. Write that down. Pascha. It's like pasta, but with a K.
Okay.
It's like a Easter cake bread. So now all you have to do is somehow make potato, gnocchi, pasta, Pascha bread connection, and you've got a joke.
That's like the mashup joke.
Just to help you out here, I put it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's helpful because all I got was this.
That's not as coherent.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
is that
use
some
the
Screech fan art? That looked just like Screech.
What?
My buddy Screech. He came on your show. Yeah.
use the typed one. I think use the typed one that Goat did.
Well, it's the same thing. Pastas, potatoes.
Slide it a little to
and
there we
then
go. Perfect.
You said a
Down
few
a bit.
things in the middle here that I thought were pretty irrelevant, so I kind of left those out. And then you mentioned to do a joke.
Yeah, so pasta, potato. Well, this is not in the right order. It should be potato, gnocchi, pasta.
Oh, they all start with P. Oh no, not
except for
not
gnocchi. Yeah.
Pinocchio.
And then Pascha
Pinocchio.
Pascha equals Easter cake bread, and then plus equals
Math
makes funny. Yeah.
Okay.
To turn it into a joke, and then you got something, I think.
And I gotta swap these two. Pasta comes at the end, so it's like that.
Yeah. Yep. Well, no. Potato gnocchi pasta.
Fuck!
Yeah, because
so
gnocchi is a
persnickety.
type of pasta.
Right. It's important to get the order right.
You have to be persnickety to get a funny joke.
Yeah. This is
like I
great.
say,
This is
I
great setup.
did like a solid 7 to 10 minutes on bread once. So
Okay. I don't see those switching. Oh, potato gnocchi pasta?
okay, persnickety equals funny. I'm reading that back. Plus make equals funny. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay. Why? Okay. The potato is at the door and it says, knock, knock.
Nyok,
Who is it?
Nyok.
It's me, potato. Let me in because I have no key.
Yes.
And then
Are you hearing it start?
past the doorway.
Yes. This is working.
Okay. And they get past to the doorway and then they say, wait a minute, you spelled that wrong. It's not pasta, it's pasca.
Because it's a bread. Because this is a bread joke.
Mm-hmm. And they go, that's an Easter cake bread. And then the potato and the pasca, they laugh together persnicketly.
Yep, that's it. He did it.
I think we brought it together.
Yeah, that's a funny bread joke.
That's a really good bread joke. But can I be honest? Like, I kind of feel bad about this. I actually read that on a popsicle stick, and I didn't make that up myself.
What?
So I feel bad taking credit for it. That's not my own. It was a huge popsicle. That I had for breakfast.
Really long popsicle
and
stick.
At the end of it, it said, at the very end of the stick, it said, "Potatoes at the door."
Yep.
Knock knock. Who is it? Can you let me in? I have no key. They let it pass to the door, but then they said, you spelled that wrong. It's actually Pascha, which is an Easter cake bread. And isn't that persnicketly funny? And it had all that.
And they all
written out.
laughed. Yeah.
I feel bad stealing that. We still said
you shouldn't
one,
feel
so
that bad because that was actually stolen from a Bazooka Joe cartoon.
Really?
That's where I read it first.
Oh.
Is in a Bazooka Joe where Bazooka Joe goes up and he goes, I'm going to pretend to be a potato.
Right.
He gets into a potato costume and he goes up to a door and he knocks on the door. And that's the end because they don't really have they don't have enough.
Yeah, it starts it up. They ran out of gum. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have had bigger gum. The popsicle was huge.
Yeah, this one, unfortunately, and I think you could probably find the other panels, but like,
How
who
would one
would
even
know?
handle a popsicle of that size? Can you demonstrate, Mezzo, since you
Well, it's a
ate one?
two-handed situation, so
Gotcha.
you have to kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
is the up and down motion important to the eating process?
Well, you churn butter with it.
Mouth. Oh, so yeah, and by the way, I was pointing. I'm holding the top of it, pointing it down. This is me rubbing it between my legs.
Keeping those legs cool.
Yeah, it's a refreshing summer treat.
For me, I just always wait until I've finished the part that's already in my mouth, so it's not up and down. It just stays in there.
Right.
And it just keeps going deeper.
Yeah, but you just
Yeah.
It's
you
like
got to be careful. Don't
soaking.
swallow the joke though. You just got to be careful to
No,
pull
I
that
clean the whole
out.
thing off in one go. I just
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
there. It's there.
And then you
'Cause-
read the joke while you're choking on your popsicle there. Yeah. Gagged to
Because
death.
for you, the joke is the most important part. You don't even
Can't
like
even
the
do it.
popsicle.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys for making me laugh so much when I want to be as good at deadpan as you.
Oh man, I do okay until like honestly, I do okay, but when Joel's up, I always mess it up and it's so frustrating and I wish he would never show up on any of my lives ever again.
Noted.
Yeah, if you want to
Well, this is not
write that down.
your live. This is my live. So Joel's welcome here.
Just taking those notes.
I appreciate that you used a quill.
This is from when we became authors.
Ah.
That they give you this when you start writing.
That's like a sign of authorship.
Yeah, when you go, hey, maybe I should write a book. These show up in the mail.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Welcome back, accidentally.
It's a number
atheist.
2.
Hey T, why is Mezzo such a crummy atheist?
Okay, I already did my bread joke now,
No,
so I
this one
mastered
still
it.
works. It still works. It still works.
Why?
He's a crummy atheist because he has no proof.
Is proof a bread word?
Yeah, you make the dough and then it
Proof
proofs,
it.
and then you knead it. Okay, I guess I know
proofs?
too much about bread.
That's
I'm
the
sorry.
word. I thought it rises. Is that
No,
the same
you-
thing?
You put it in. It is the same thing.
It's
You
a
put it
step
in
like
like a
between.
My
proofing
wife's
drawer.
literally proofing bread right now, I think.
Well, then laugh at my joke.
I'll be back.
Oh, I'm gonna proof.
I mean, I don't know. It was good,
Okay,
but-
while he's gone, everyone here, you have to pretend that we said something super offensive while he was away. So I want the entire chat to be talking about how offensive what we said was. But wait till he comes back, and then just make sure that the entire chat is talking
Yeah,
about
we
how
could make
offensive
it
we were.
like we could make it like how we all got together to laugh at his joke to make him think it was funny. But like, don't.
Yeah.
Careful.
and I can't believe it, but no, that actually that really happened.
Did you get did we
Did
get
you find any proof?
Yeah, no, they ate it.
They ate the proof.
Ate it.
That's a good
Oh.
detective joke too.
Oh.
I give my.
We don't like wait to bake stuff here.
I think that last one might have been a little bit too far for the sensibilities of my audience. That's my bad.
But that they
Mezzo, would you formally apologize on my behalf?
about what?
Offending the audience?
Oh, I missed it.
What do you
Was it
missed-
while I was
you were-
was it while I was gone?
Yeah, it
You
was
said
while-
something over the line?
I didn't think it was, but apparently it was.
Oh my god, I can't be a
people
part
are
of
turning
I
back to being
cannot be a part.
Christian. Oh no. And now I've lost Mezzo too. What do I have left? About 30 seconds is what I have left. So, great time to plug. If you are not already subbed to me on YouTube, you should be doing that. You should also join my Discord, so that you won't be causing any discord. Wow. Wow, getting this hate mail is fueling me. This VOD will be up hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. Also, fun little thing that I've talked about, if you happen to have Hulu or Fox, watch the 1% Club tomorrow night, and you might see a familiar face. Come watch on Friday, when Godless Engineer and I will be in charge of Truth Wanted over on YouTube. And make sure to follow if you have not already, or else. Thank you so much for joining me for this wonderful episode of RAMSASS, mostly featuring bread puns. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Go check out Godless Engineer's live stream. And make sure you tell him who sent you. And leave a bread joke on my behalf. Bye, bitches.
you got to be to think that you can quite literally rewrite what people heard and what people experienced, there's something wrong with you.
So
Okay.
Hebrews
Thank you
chapter
for that.
10, verse 26. We're going to start from 26, okay?
Sure.
For if we willfully persist in sin after having received the knowledge of the truth, there no longer remains a sacrifice for sins, but a fearful prospect of judgment and a fury of fire that will consume the adversaries.
I don't
Anyone who
deny that.
has, I'm sorry,
I
I'm
don't
reading
deny that.
scripture. Hold on, I'm reading scripture. Anyone who has violated the law of Moses dies without mercy on the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses, or 470. How much worse punishment do you think will be deserved by those who have spurned the Son of God, profaned the blood of the covenant by which they were sanctified, and outraged the Spirit of grace? For we know the one who said, "Vengeance is mine, I will repay," and again, the Lord will judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Mr.
Okay.
Cush,
Yes.
when you first came up here, you said that Jesus didn't die
No.
for sins
No.
because but he was because God doesn't accept sacrifice, right?
No.
Human sacrifice. So when it's saying that there no longer remains a sacrifice for sins, what is that referring to?
Meaning right now there's no more sacrifice, like an animal sacrifice, because
No,
hold on.
just read the verse. For if we willfully persist in sin after having received the knowledge of the truth, there no longer remains a sacrifice for sins.
Okay. Can I tell you my can I say my answer without okay. So
If it makes
sacrifice.
sense.
Okay. So sacrificed for sin, you back in the day you have to bring an animal to the tabernacle. Now we know that there's no more tabernacle. So therefore, knowing that there's no tabernacle, knowing
What?
no,
You see how you're not making sense already?
I'm trying to explain, but you're
What is a
interrupting.
tabernacle?
It's a place where you would go and do sacrifices, animal sacrifice.
And they don't exist anymore?
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. It's a place.
You're sure about that?
Literal place. Yes. That all ended in 70 AD. So my point
Hold
is,
on, Mr. Kush.
my
Hold on,
point
Mr.
is,
Kush. Hold on, Mr.
you guys
Kush.
interrupted me.
Hold on, Mr. Kush.
Kush,
I'm being
what is the
interrupted
truth?
again.
What is the truth there that they received in that verse? After receiving the truth. If they sin after receiving the truth, what's the truth that they received?
The commandments and the law and the statutes.
In Hebrews, after your Jesus died, Kush?
I'm sorry?
Is the writer of Hebrews writing after or before your Jesus died?
This is after.
After. Were they still following the law at that time, Kush?
Yes.
Even after the Jerusalem Council in Acts 15, Kush?
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to explain.
Nope.
Is that
After the Jerusalem, no. In Acts 15, they had the Jerusalem Council, and Paul and Peter and them decided that the Christians would not be bound by the law. So even after Acts 15, Kush, were they still talking about following the Mosaic law, or are they talking about the truth of Jesus' sacrifice?
following them?
You are a liar, Kush. I don't even know why you still up here. You just lie.
How am I lying? How did I lie? I answered your question. How's that lying?
That's not true, Kush. Even the author of Hebrews says
say
that the
that.
law was abolished.
He didn't say that. It does not say that. Show me where it says abolish. Go ask your chat GPT.
I don't have to ask ChatGPT. Let's go to
Okay, tell me
Hebrews
where.
7.
Hold
Let's
the
go to Hebrews 7.
Okay.
hold the fuck up. Now something gotta say a thing?
Go ahead.
All of a
Chapter
sudden?
7.
I don't know his
Hebrews chapter
projections.
7. Hebrews chapter 7, what, Thinker?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It says, there is on one hand the abrogation of an earlier commandment because it was weak and ineffectual, for the law made nothing perfect. There is, on the other hand, the introduction of a better hope through which we approach God.
Okay.
Was the law
So,
effective?
no, because people didn't follow it. So therefore,